What's good, guys? So in this video, we're gonna be going over. We're actually gonna be making something random, like totally random. I'm gonna make the breaking point effect where if you point at another player, it increases UI that's above their head. All right, so we're gonna make that real quick. Let's make an event first. So basically, let me just kind of explain it again. So if a player if a player points at another player, it's going to increase the number that is going to appear as a GUI above their head. Now, if there's nobody pointing, that GUI is going to be 0. If there's two players pointing at the same player, that is going to be 2 for that player that's being pointed at. All right, so we're going to make an event real quick. I'm going to call it pointing event. We're going to make a script in server script service. And let me think about it. Let me think about what we're going to do for this script. We're going to be doing a game.players.player added connect function. So this script is going to be our GUI character GUI generator. Let's just name it something like that. I don't know, dude. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say local GUI equals instance.new. I believe we want a billboard GUI, and then we're gonna do GUI dot parent equals, we're gonna put player here. We're gonna do player dot character. Actually, we need to put this in a character added. So player dot character added connect function. All right, we're gonna cut this, and we're gonna put it right here. We're gonna do player. Actually, we don't need to do that. We do character dot head. I think that's how that works. And then we're gonna do local label equals instance.new text label dot parent equals GUI. We're gonna do label dot text is gonna equal 0. Label dot text equals 0. All right, let's see if this works. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is just, I have done no research on this. Well, we don't have our GUI is not working. Where's the head? We do have our billboard. Oh, maybe we need to set the size. I think I need to set the size, so let me try to do that. Local, no, not local. GUI dot size equals udem2 from scale 1:1. Let's see if that works. All right, let's see. I think I need to set the size for the text label too. So label dot size equals udem dot from scale 1:1. All right. So what property am I not setting? Because I don't really mess with billboards that much. Active maybe? Is that it? Wait, it's there. It's literally there. You can see it, right? Yeah, it's there. It exists. We just need to get it to be higher. So I think it's the offset. I think it's studs offset, maybe 5. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So studs offset, studs offset. Okay, so GUI dot studs offset equals, I think it's a vector 3, 0, 1, 0. All right, cool. Oh no, table value. Wait, what? Oh yeah, dot new. Dot new. Dot new. Boom. Let's just do it as 5. All right, cool. So we got our label for, so this is gonna happen for every player. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next part. We're gonna insert a script, a local script inside of starter character scripts, and we're gonna say mouse pointer handler. We'll just do that. I don't know what else to call it. All right, so local mouse equals game.players.local player get mouse. And now we're gonna do mouse.move event, and we're gonna connect a function to that. And we're gonna go to local current equals mouse.target. If not current, then return. So if there is no mouse.target, then we're going to return. And then we're going to do local is model equals current, find first ancestor, which is a model. And then we're going to say if not is model, then return. And now we're going to do local humanoid is humanoid. How about that? Is humanoid equals game.players, or wait, what am I doing? Is model, find first child, humanoid. If not is humanoid, then return. And now we're gonna do is player, I guess. Is player. Or we don't, well, if we have the humanoid, we should be able to get the player by now. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna say local other player equals game.players get player from character, and the model and the character is going to be our is model right here. That's going to be our is model right here. That's going to be our character. Okay, so yeah, because if it is humanoid, okay, if it finds a humanoid, then we are pointing at a character. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our event. So local pointing event equals game.replicated storage wafer child pointing event, and we're gonna say pointing event fire server, and we're gonna say other player. Okay, so now we're gonna create another script in server script service. We're gonna call this pointing handler. Should have called mouse pointing handler since we're using pointing a lot. So let's go ahead and get our pointing event. So pointing event equals game.replicated storage. Wait for child pointing event. And then we're going to do pointing event dot on server event connect function. We're passing in the player and then also now other player, because when you send an event from the client, it automatically sends in the local player. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to character equals player dot character. Wait, no, actually we don't need to do that. So what we're going to do now is we need to get the other player's character. So other player, so other character equals other player dot character. If not other character, then return. What we're going to do is local other GUI equals other character find first child Bill. How the billboard GUI? I'm just gonna copy and paste it because I suck at spelling. That's how bad at spelling I am. And then so we're gonna say So to keep track of this number, we're gonna have to create a table of players. Okay, so let's just have a table of players. Local local players, or wait, yeah, local players equals table game.players.player added connect function player players player equals 0. Okay, so player dot, yeah, we'll just do player count, players point count, players point count. All right, that's going to be our table name, players point count. So now it makes perfect sense. Equals 0. So we're setting this to 0. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to say they're pointing at this other player, right? So we're going to say players point count other player plus equals 1. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for that. And then we're going to say other GUI dot text label, because we didn't really name our label, so it's going to be default text label. Dot text equals this value. Okay, so yeah, and we could put this in a variable, but I'm just going to put it like this. So yeah, we could do that. So yeah, let's test this. I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's go ahead and test it real quick. Let's see if it at least increases the players, like, you know, their GUI count or whatever you want to call it. Let's see if it at least increases that. What is all of this? We have so many. I don't know what is up with this, but it's like forgetting to clean up. I think I don't know, dude. But we're gonna have to just close all this. It's because it's not cleaning up. Yeah, see, like there's the cleanup button's not there, but it still has other windows open. Okay, whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and test it out. All right, so we're not able to test it yet. Didn't work. We're getting errors. Didn't work. It's not working. What are we getting errors? Attempt to index no text label. Interesting. Let's go to our characters GUI real quick. Are there billboard GUI on the head? Oh, shoot. Okay, that's it. That's why. Okay, let's clean up. So we put it in our character's head. So we need to do other dot head. Okay, so we need to do that right there. So now it should work. Yeah. So this is now, mind you, this is only going to work if we're pointing at them. So, yeah, it's not going to it's only going to increase the number every time we point. Okay. So just know that. Yeah. Oh, see that right there. So yeah. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say players point info. We're gonna have to rename this. So players point info, and then we're gonna go player dot point count, and then players point info player dot players pointing equals table. So what we're going to do here is info dot point count all right, so what we're going to do here is I hope I did all my variables right. All right, yeah, they're all good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say players point info other player dot players pointing. This needs to be pointing dot players pointing. Okay, so this is the table. So what we're going to do is we're going to tape it. So first of all, we're going to say found player, or player is pointing. Player is pointing index. We're just going to use index because we're going to get the index. Okay, because we're going to use table.find. All right, table.find, and this is going to be our table that we're looking at. Okay, and we're going to say player. All right, and then we're going to say if players if player is pointing index, then return. Okay, that's what we're going to do for that. All right, and so now what should happen is else we're going to do now we're going to do a table.insert. Okay, so a table.insert, and then we're going to put that in the player. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, and now let's see what happens. Now we have it to where if another player is pointing at that player, it's going to increase the value to 1. Again, bro. Again, didn't I just press clean up? Like, this is actually frustrating at this point. Like, it's not cleaning up and I'm pressing clean up. So that's kind of crazy. All right, so whatever. We'll just have to manually close them out. So now where we're at is we're going to be pointing at another player, and the GUI above their head is going to increase by 1 and it's not going to keep on increasing, okay? While we're pointing at boom. So wait, let's test it. It's not working. What in the heck? It must have. Player is pointing. Table.find. Player is pointing info. Other player dot players pointing player. If player is pointing return, we're gonna print this because this is kind of crazy right now. So print player is already pointing return function. Okay, we're just gonna print that. So now I'm gonna manually close these out because it wants to act silly. I'm gonna press clean up even though there's nothing to clean up anymore. And we're gonna play it again, test it again, see what the heck is happening. All right, so this is weird. And I'm not, what in the world? This is supposed to be a console. Yo, I think Roblox is on crack right now. And I'm not really able to fully test what's happening right now because my print statements aren't working, but I mean, we weren't able to see the console, so that's kind of frustrating. All right, so let's see real quick though. Table.find players pointing player. If players pointing return. Yeah, this should totes work. And we're just gonna also print player point info too, just because we need to check our data. So let's test it again. I wish there was like an easier way to do this where we didn't have to go over here and keep testing these windows that are obviously not like working properly. Because look at the output, my guy. The output's non-existent. Okay, now it's existent. All right. Point count. Attempt to index no with point count. Point count. Oh, okay. I see what we did here. So we did forget to do something. We need to make this a new table of data. So players point info player equals new table of data. All right, so that was what we were missing. Okay, so now all of this should work, and we should be able to. This print's probably going to happen a lot. So yeah, and I don't know what's up with this, like why the output just won't show until I close out some of these things. It's kind of ridiculous. Boom, and see now we can't see it, and as you can see, we have a ton of prints right here, so we can't increase. Okay, so now what we need to do is let it know that like if the mouse target changes basically. Okay, so now we need to figure out a way to say, okay, now we're moving away from the player, so our mouse target is changing away from the player. So what we can do here in our local script is we can have local other player, maybe. I'm just going to try this, and then we can set other player down here, and then we can say let's just print other player. Yeah, let's print other player and see if we get like other player is nil or anything like that when we move off of the other player. Okay, and that'll determine what we're going to do. Yeah, if that happens, that'll determine what we're going to do. All right, all right, my output's on. Boom. All right, so let's see what's it's outputting. Player is already pointing. Okay, so it's not even, hold on, it's not even printing our local stuff. Maybe it'll do it from here. Oh, okay. Weird. I see. So all right, so we're gonna say if other player and not current, then pointing event. First of all, we're gonna print. Okay, we're gonna see if this works anyways. I'm just gonna see if this logic works. So we're gonna print other player other player has been defined, but current does not exist. Let's see if this works. We need to delete all these windows. Look at all these ridiculous windows. It's ridiculous. Alright. Alright, so other player has been defined, but current does not exist. Let's see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work. But this will mean that other player has been defined, so that means that it's no longer nil, because right now it's basically just nil. It's just sitting there. It's not been defined yet. And so what's going to happen is other player is going to be defined, but current does not exist, okay? Because this is going to be other player. All right, so we'll see. What am I doing? No, don't get off that. All right, so boom, boom, boom. So what was that? What was that? Other player has been defined. Oh, shoot, it worked. Okay. Other player has been defined, but yeah, okay. So it only happens though. That's weird. Okay, but we do have current. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, if other player, we need to remove this. Okay, we need to remove this and put it somewhere else. We're gonna change this logic. All right, we're gonna move it and put it somewhere else. We're gonna say if other player. So we're gonna say if other player. All right. We need to take down their name. We need to take down their name, guys. So what we're gonna do is other player name. All right. Let's say local other player. We're gonna say other player name. Okay. Other player name equals other player dot name. What the? Yeah, it hasn't been defined yet. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna say other player dot name. Okay. Right here. Boom. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna say if other player name does not equal is model dot name, then print no longer pointing at same, no longer pointing at player. We'll just have that. All right, so let's try this out. I've never done this before, and I also did not done like any research other than maybe the little research I did on this stream. Oh, I accidentally cut out one of the things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the test. Okay. It worked. It worked, guys. It freaking worked. Awesome. Okay, cool. So all right, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically fire our event. We're gonna go to pointing event fire server. But we're actually gonna say if other does not equal name. All right, so how are we gonna do this? Fire server pointing event. Let's create a new remote event. I don't know if this is bad practice, but I feel like we just need to create a new remote event. I don't like wanting, I'm not sure I want to use that same remote event for this. So we're just going to call this one not pointing event. And so we're going to say local not pointing event equals game.replicated wait for child not pointing event. And so we're going to go to not pointing event fire server, and we're going to say other player name. Okay, and so here's what we're going to do, all right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our pointing handler. We're going to go to not pointing event equals game.replicated storage wait for child not pointing event. And what we're going to do is we're going to let's see. We're going to basically just connect this. So let's just do it below here. Not pointing event dot on server event connect function, and we're gonna say first of all we need player and then other player name. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to find the player first. So for local other player, then we're gonna say for player in pairs game.players get players. Okay, do if player.name is equal to other player name, then other player equals player. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to get the other player, local character, other character. So we're just going to copy this right here, other character. And copy that real quick. All right, and then we're going to say player index, copy, player index. If not, player is not in the pointing. Player is not pointing. Player is not pointing. Okay, and then that's just to check basically if this, if this player that is supposed to be pointing isn't found in the pointing table, in the player's pointing table for other player, then we're just not going to do anything. So it's not going to run an error. And so now what we want to do is player, you want to basically remove them. So we want to do table, we basically want to do the same thing over here. So I'm just going to actually copy this. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do table.remove. Okay, and we're going to actually minus instead of plus. And now we're going to do this right here. And ideally, we would make all of this its own function because it's the same code being ran. Pretty much. So yeah, like there's a lot better practice that could be done here, but for the sake of just kind of messing around and stuff, it's like whatever. It's not completely terrible. Let's see if this works. I don't even know if this is gonna work. If it works first try, I'd be shocked. I don't. Oh my, guys, I'm going to flip. I'm gonna flip. I'm actually gonna flip. I'm flipping right now. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I know you guys are seeing me, like, if you guys are watching to here and you guys have been paying attention, I know I've been pressing cleanup, right? I don't know. Maybe I haven't. I don't even know. We're just going to leave it. All right, let's try this. I'm actually excited. This is going to be freaking nuts. If this works, then it's just going to be like honestly crazy as heck if it works. Let's see if it works. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, it did. All right. Well, what happened? What happened? Remove number expected got instance. Oh, okay. So that's a good thing that errored. So basically, when we use table.remove, table.insert is different than table.remove. What we need to do with table.remove is we need to find the index of this player that is in the table. How do we do that? We use table.find. So we're going to use and that's why I named that index. So we're going to use our index variable and place that right here. And it should work now. Okay, cool. Let's see if it works. If it works, I still consider this first try because that was like not even like that big of a deal. So oh, it works, guys. It literally is working right now. Let's see if we have any errors. It's literally working, dude. Player is not pointing. Oh no, we have an error though. What's this error? Pointing handler. Other character. Attempt to index nil with other character. I wonder why it's doing that. Maybe other players like not irrelevant, like it's because we're going too fast. So maybe if not other player, then return end. Yeah, if not other player, then return end. I think that would fix that. It's still working though, so I don't think it's game breaking, but it is like an error that we would definitely want to clean up. So yeah, if not other player, then return. Yeah, that's how we would fix that, I believe. And so then it should still work 100%, 100%, 100%. Let's see about this though. Like, where are we calling this? Okay, we are calling this before. Here's an interesting thing. We're calling this before we define our humanoid. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if our humanoids if the humanoid doesn't exist but we're looking at a wall, then we're never going to run this back, and so we're never gonna. That's why I put that here before the humanoid, right? Because if we're looking, say we're pointing at a character and then we point at the base plate, well, if we run it after this humanoid bit, it's just going to return and it's not going to work properly because it's going to be like, well, we didn't find a humanoid, so we're going to return. So that's why I ran this, fired this event before the humanoid. Okay. So yeah, I do believe that this little bit of saying not if not other player then return, I think that'll clean it up. And as you can see, it was working. We had that little error. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm not sure like what else we would need for this. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let me just run a test then real quick. I thought there was like other stuff that we needed to do real quick, but I guess not. Like that's pretty much it. God, I'm actually like exhausted right now, so that's crazy. And really want to eat like a bowl of cereal. Yeah, so it works. Let's see if we get any like weird errors or anything. Nope, no errors or nothing, dude. So yeah, this is like actually kind of crazy. This was pretty fun. So this is like that boiling point thing. So if we had like three characters looking at this character, then this number would go up to three. And so that's pretty much what we've created, like that breaking point, not boiling point, but like breaking point kind of mechanic. It's pretty cool, dude. Yeah. I'll see y'all in the next one though. Peace.